We'll start off this video with a quote from Denzel Washington. If you don't read these fake gaming rumors, you're uninformed. If you do read these fake gaming rumors, you're misinformed. So what are the long-term effects to all these rumors? Well, one long-term effect is the need to be first, no longer to be true. That is why gaming outlets like VGC, Game Rant, and The Verge should be focusing on truth, not just the need to be first. What wise words, Denzel Washington. You see, if these ponies did exactly that, they would not have been looking so stupid at this point in time. Because according to them, they said the entire slate of Xbox games would be coming to PlayStation 5. They said that this is just the start. They said that Xbox will not be making any new consoles going forward. In addition to that, they would have also stated that Game Pass is no longer bringing first-party AAA games day and date. Well, let me give you something direct from the people in charge, not just rumors or speculation. Let me remind you.
We got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform.
Boom.
Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one.
Boom,
and
bang.
third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox.
Take the platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not.
Yes, Microsoft was able to shut down every single rumor, every single narrative that has been projected on their platform. But it's not only the ponies, it is also the weak mustard hard jelly back bots who would have, go and sell their console, go and, destroy their console simply off of rumors. Even PlayStation guys are saying that you guys are weak.
Much great stuff about Xbox, and I'm saying this as like the Sony pony in the room or whatever. Like, I'm like, how much of a fake Xbox fan are you to hear like a rumor and then go trade in your Xbox? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, if you got to trade in the box itself, maybe you don't like the box.
Facts upon facts. Today, however, we are going to talk about 2 smaller stories, and we are going to talk about the main story, which is Helldivers 2. We are going to dissect why is Helldivers 2 so successful. I thought games as a service was, no good according to the PlayStation fans, but we'll dissect that and see. We'll be answering all that and more, so let's get it!
This is a sickness!
Let's get it! Before we start the video today, let's look at Now You Know gaming history. And today we're going to talk about Jet Force Gemini, the original trio who slayed bugs. So that concept of slaying bugs is not something original. Jet Force Gemini did it first. And a matter of fact, when this game came out for the Nintendo 64 in 1999, we know this game was published by Rare and made by Rare for Nintendo. This game was, mind-blowing for maybe 11-year-old kids or 12-year-old kids at that time because it was a third-party shooter. It seemed to be open world because it was so massive. You're in space, you go into different worlds, and it was a lot of fun killing ants and beetles and so forth. What was the beauty of Jet Force Gemini is that each planet you go to, you will get a different gun, and those guns would be specific to that planet. So sometimes you was not expecting to get a gun, however you would get a gun, and that gun would be a marvelous new tool for you slaying bugs at that time. Jet Force Gemini was a massive game. It was difficult. It had epic boss fights, but it was just a good old time back in the day. So did you play Jet Force Gemini when you were younger? Did you beat it? Very difficult game to beat? Let me know in the comment sections below. Now, this segment was brought to you by the subscribe button. Hit subscribe if you want more gaming facts, gaming history, and more gaming news. So let's get back to the video. So first up, over the weekend we got an update on the most profitable or most richest companies in Japan. And guess who came number one? Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo is sitting pretty with over $11 billion in their bank or in their coffers. What a comeback for Nintendo after the debacle that was Wii U. We remember what the PlayStation fans used to say about Nintendo, how it's weak, it's kiddie. But guess what? Nintendo is handedly beating the stuffing out of Sony every month, although the PlayStation 5 is much more powerful than the Nintendo Switch. But handedly, the Nintendo Switch is beating the PlayStation 5 every month when we look at the Famitsu charts. Not only that, but in addition to that, we've seen the software is unprecedented. The software is out of this world when it comes to the attach rate to every Switch. Now, it's so funny that when this report came out, some fans wanted to know about Sony. Where is Sony on the richest, on the scale of the most richest companies in Japan? And guess what the person replied? Not in the top 300. Sony is broke. Why you guys don't understand that? You guys are saying Sony should buy this studio, Sony should buy that studio. Sony can't even pay $1 to see an ant dance. Sony is broke. Why do you think Sony is coming out with games like, Helldivers 2, these cheaper games with high returns? Because they are broke. They want to spend as least money as possible on these games and make high returns because they are broke. Their operating profits are going down year over year. Why do you think the Insomniac leaks said that the next Spider-Man game might be in 3 parts? Because Sony is hoping that they can sell you guys $50 for like a 10-hour to 15-hour game, so that after the 3 parts, they can get $150 for basically one Spider-Man game. It's because they are broke. Don't you understand that? But let me hear what you think about Nintendo being the richest company in Japan. Let me hear what you think that Sony is not even in the top 300. Let me know in the comment sections below. Next up, we finally got the roadmap of the Xbox Studios. Yes, let me just say guys, this year we are eating good. When we look at the amount of games coming, it's amazing. Now, look at the first game, Hellblade 2, that will be released on May the 21st. Then we have Ara, History Untold. Then we have Flight Simulator 24, Towerborn, Avowed, Age of Mythology, and of course we are ending off the year with Indiana Jones. Yes, Indy is coming at the end of the year, exclusive for the Xbox. Now, we are not forgetting that Microsoft also have some third-party deals. Of course, they would reveal more third-party games during the course of the year, but we are not forgetting games like Stalker 2 and so forth. So for all those who play exclusively on the Xbox this year, you guys are eating good. Right now we're playing Palworld, we have other third-party games coming, and we have that list that I just stated there. So yes, 2024 is looking very good for the Xbox platform. So let me know what you think about all the games that are coming for the Xbox in the comment sections below. Finally, let's talk about Helldivers 2. You see, Helldivers 2 is breaking records. I mean, you should hear the gaming journalists talk about Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 was one of the only games that they waited to review it. So they didn't review it as it just came out. Instead, some of these gaming websites waited until the game got a series of fixes and patches, and then when they thought it was good, then they reviewed this game. But I digress. It was reviewed for IGN and other games. Now, Helldivers 2 has already beaten a number of games that were on Steam, a number of games that came out for the PlayStation 5 over the years. And a matter of fact, these PlayStation dudes And a matter of fact, these PlayStation dudes are hyping up Helldivers. Listen.
For Helldivers 2, 344,369. That number, do you know that number is higher? That beats Destiny 2's total concurrent player count peak. It beats Destiny 2. It beats Halo Infinite. I saw people throwing up the fact that it beats like Starfield, which, I mean, it's a single player game. I don't know how relevant that is, but it's sitting, it's up, dude. It's achieving things that nobody thought possible for a game like this. It's achieving things that even some of the most well-respected, well-regarded games in the industry did not achieve. This is why I'm saying, man. This is why I'm saying it really is a situation where it's like, how far can this thing go? And I assure you, it's super, super, super unlikely that any other Sony-produced live service game is going to do what Helldivers is doing right now. In fact, I would go as far to say that I don't expect at all any other Sony live service game to do what Helldivers 2 is doing right now. Records are being shattered right now, dude. And yeah, it's crazy, man. Let me see. Let me go check the Steam most played games. So check this out. I'm looking at the most played games on Steam. Number 1, Counter-Strike. Over 1 million players right now. Dota 2, 640,000 players. Both of these titles, by the way, Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2, they're free to play. I just think that's worth pointing out. Pal World, $30 game. Check this out. Pal World currently has 359,000 people playing. Helldivers 2 is right below it at number 4 with 344,000 people playing. So we could see Helldivers 2 eclipse, potentially. I think it's going to. Pal World. And then the only 2 games that are going to be in front of it are Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2, which is unreal. Like, that is like almost not believable. That is like not believable, man. Like, how is this happening?
So MBG, you want to know why Helldivers is so successful? Think about somebody who is in the desert. And for days upon days, they have been walking in this desert with nothing to eat or nothing to drink. So while walking in the desert with nothing to eat and nothing to drink, they stumble upon an oasis. They stumble upon something that they can actually drink, something that they can actually eat. Let me ask you something. What do you think that person will do? Do you think that person would casually just drink or eat? No, they will not casually drink or eat. They would run to that water, they would run to that food, and they would eat it like a ravenous wolf. Yes. And this is exactly what is happening with the PlayStation community. You see, the PlayStation community has been starved of multiplayer games for years. And because of that, when they finally get a multiplayer game, they are going wild. They are going like insane rabbits. Yes, this is why Helldivers is doing so well, because the PlayStation community is thirsty for any sort of multiplayer game. But you know what's funny about this whole thing? Just a couple months ago, no PlayStation fan was hyping up any games as a service. They were saying that games as a service was bad. As a matter of fact, they were happy that the new president cut back on, the games as a service. Could you guys remember when the PlayStation community was angry that Jim Ryan was investing so much money in games as a service? Now look at them. Do you remember? Listen to this article here.
We don't want games as a service. Fans lash out at PlayStation plans. Gamers were disappointed with the PlayStation showcase. PlayStation fans say they don't want games as a service. A portion of the community was upset that PlayStation Studios' announcements were mostly games as a service. This discomfort increased due to the absence of important teams working on single-player experiences, which have become the hallmark of the brand. Disappointing. Since Jim Ryan became CEO, it's all been downhill. Nobody wants those games as a service. Also, no Bluepoint, no Naughty Dog, the communication has also been terrible. The PS4 E3 conferences from 2014, 2015, 2016 were way better, said one gamer. Other fans believe that PlayStation has lost its way with its change of strategy and fear for the brand's future in the games as a service arena. As such, quite a few gamers hope that the company will not neglect its big single-player productions. PlayStation going into the games as a service is a bad move, cause rarely works out, and PlayStation should stick to its single-player games where it's doing amazing, said another fan. Other gamers give the projects the benefit of the doubt, however, they are not happy with the way they were revealed. Many complained about the lack of gameplay and release dates.
So all the ponies who are saying that Jim Ryan was wrong, it appears that he was right when it comes to these games as a service. So yes, you guys finally have a decent multiplayer game, so be happy. But don't get all too hyper, because you still have not made numbers like Palworld, 20 million players altogether. You still have not reached 2 million concurrent players when it comes to Palworld. You still have not reached 20 million Halo Infinite players. What about Horizon, Forza Horizon? You still have not reached 20 million players when it comes to Forza Horizon. What about Grounded? You still have not reached 15 million when it comes to Grounded. And I could go on and on and on. So you all have a good game, take it down. But don't feel that this is the best thing since sliced bread. This is Island Gaming with Jay, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.